Hello, this is Roland. Welcome. Today I want to tell you about my new website, SheddingShackles.com. It's been a long time for me to come up with a new theme that I really like a lot, and I think I found it. It's called Shedding Shackles. Shedding the shackles that bind you to the past. We all know what it means to have unhappy memories, bitterness, regrets, unfinished business, resentments, anger toward what someone said or what someone did. And also we know what it feels like to have failed, to have done something very foolish, very wrong. We keep thinking about it. You can't change the past, but you have to find a way to live on. To live on, having shed the shackles of the past. Now, I want to mention a couple of things. First of all, the website has a lot of really good information, which I've been accumulating now for 25 years. Chief among those resources is, of course, my meditation. The meditation is the bread and butter of your recovery program. You have to find a way to separate from the thought stream. See, right now, thoughts and emotions pull you into them. Okay? They pull you in. When you're lost in those emotions and those negative, especially negative thoughts, you're separated from reality. It's that simple. And you don't really know what the situation is. I'll give you a little example. A parent is there, and the parent resents the child for what the child has done. In other words, maybe last week the child broke something, and the week before the child spilled some milk, and the week before that the child broke something else, something like that, broke a dish or something. And the child, I don't know, made a mess in their room, nothing important, just little things. But the parent resents those. So now the child comes to the parent and brings some issue. But the parent responds with prejudice, with prejudgment. The parent says, I knew you were going to do something like this. You always do something like this, and now look, you're doing it just exactly what I thought. See? Blame, judgment. So you can remember when you were a child what your response to that was. Well, you felt bad. See, you probably resented your parent for that. So you have to find a way to have fresh eyes. That's an engineering term. To look at something with fresh eyes. To see it anew as if you were looking at it for the first time. So you see, if you have shed the shackles from the past, if you have shed the resentments and the angers and the hostilities and the grudges, see, and all of that, now, when a new situation arises, you look at it with fresh eyes. And because you're not lost in emotions, see, and ideas from the past, you can see what the situation really, you can discern what the situation really is, see, and then respond appropriately. So that little situation, where the parent blows it, doesn't get it right, see, that can be the beginning of a poor communication between that parent and that child that can last a lifetime. See? So we don't want that to happen. We want to have good communication with our kids and with our partner and with other people. So you have to learn to look at each situation with fresh eyes. Okay? Now, so the meditation is very helpful in that regard. See? We all know that after a good night's sleep, you wake up in the morning and a lot of the stuff that happened yesterday, it's gone. It's been cleaned out. Okay? That's what a good night's sleep is for. Well, you have been hanging on to, without maybe wanting to. Maybe you didn't want to. The last thing you wanted to do was to keep unhappy memories, and yet there they are. Well, you need, and the reason why they're there, most likely, is because you keep reinforcing them with anger and with judgment. So each new situation comes along, see, reinforces those ideas and emotions from the past. So the meditation is very helpful with that. The other thing that you need to understand is that when you are lost in thoughts and emotions, see, and when you're lost in thoughts, then other people feed you ideas. See, well, when you're lost in emotions, the emotions then pull you into thoughts, into the dream stream, the daydream stream, the thought stream. They pull you into that, and then other people, see, or things that you see on television or wherever, they feed ideas into that mix. And those ideas may not be true. They may be wrong. But you can't discern whether they're true or wrong because you've fallen away from the basis of discerning. You've fallen away from the light of reality. See, in reality, you're close to your intuition, your God-given intuition by which you can discern. You fall away from it when you fall into thoughts and emotions. So now you see how the meditation can be very helpful. Plus I have lots of YouTube videos about forgiveness. A lot of them about forgiveness. Letting go of grudges. See? I have some very good information about forgiveness that could really help you. See? For example, a lot of people, they don't want to forgive because they think to forgive means that you have to like the person, pretend nothing happened. It doesn't mean that at all. Okay? You don't have to like the person, you don't have to pretend nothing happens. You just don't resent them anymore, that's all. See? You can still discern error if it's there. Anyway, you have no idea how much brighter, how much clearer things are when you live in reality. When you have spent, and other people encourage you to be emotional, don't they? They encourage you to become upset, to become angry, to become excited. See? They encourage that. But when you spend time lost in thoughts and emotions, you make mistakes. See? You make mistakes. And the more mistakes you make, the worse, the bigger the problems grow, and the more you don't want to face them. So, see, they should never have been problems in the first place, or they should have been nipped in the bud in the first place. But because you weren't aware, you were lost in your emotions, which are often self-serving. See, emotions serve our ego. You get a high from hating someone, a high from feeling like people are taking advantage of you. See, a high from feeling nobody appreciates you. See? Which may or may not be true. Any of those may or may not be true. If they are true, well, don't resent the people. But don't derive a high from it. If that's the case, well, see that it is. But often it's not the case. See, it's an imaginary thing to puff up your ego. Your ego likes to feel, like great, like God. And you want people to admire and worship you and respect you. And if they don't, then you resent them. And then you condemn them like God. God is both a king and a judge, so you're a king and a judge, see? So you're playing God. And you acquire guilt for playing God. So you hide. So then the worse things get in reality, the more you want to hide. So you hide in thoughts and hide in emotions. And then you also use things like smoking and marijuana and alcohol and drugs and video games and partying, see, and movies and music, see, and even work to hide in. See? So the more you hide, the worse things get. And the worse things get, the more you hide. So it's a vicious cycle. So you need to start breaking free from that by coming back to reality. And the meditation is helpful. So shedding shackles of the past. So such a beautiful concept. Shedding shackles. And I would like to make it a reality for you. Okay? For you. For our country. For the people. Shedding the shackles of the past and moving forward to a bright future, one that's not filled with hate, one that's not filled with resentment, not filled with hostility, filled with love, with kindness, with compassion, okay, with courage, with patience. So check out the website, and while you're there, have a look at the meditation. I have several of them. There are more elaborate ones that include books that go along, ebooks with them. Very nice. However, if you want, what you can start with is what's called an easy meditation, because it's free. It's free. It's only 6 minutes long. Okay, it's my gift to you. Easy meditation. My name is Rome.